So in this video, I want to talk about work at home opportunities and some of the scams you should avoid. Obviously on the internet, you'll see a lot of opportunities which on the face of it look quite good, quite interesting. You can earn a bit of money. The problem is that so many of them I've come to realize over the years are scams. Either I've tried them myself or I know people who have tried them. And invariably these opportunities all have the same sort of thing in common. So essentially what I want to do is stop you becoming the next victim. So making money working from home. Look, of course, everyone could use some extra income. I don't know anyone who couldn't. And that's one of the things that makes these opportunities so tempting when you see them advertised online. They might even have testimonials with them, people saying they've made fantastic amounts of money. And you become very tempted and think, well, maybe this is something I could do to bring in an extra bit of cash. So in terms of the opportunities to avoid, let's start off with one that you're going to see quite a lot online, which is stuffing envelopes. Look, stuffing envelopes is, just don't do it. The money's terrible if you get paid at all, and the work is hard, it's boring, and realistically, even if you were getting paid, could you really see yourself doing this kind of work, continuously for the next 5 years or so? It's just something that's got no future in it. Uh, Terrible money and really just something to avoid at all costs. Okay, another opportunity to avoid is assembly work. This one turns out to be a big scam more often than not. What you end up doing is you pay for the parts up front and you do the work to the best of your ability, you follow the instructions, you assemble the product, whatever it might be, and then you send it in to the people you're dealing with. And look, it's the ball is then in their court. They can easily reject it as substandard, and when they do, you've just worked for free. This happens a lot. So again, assembly work definitely one not to get involved in. The next one is MLM or multi-level marketing. Now, what I will say is, while this one is not a scam as such, it's something I've done in the past, and quite frankly, it's something that's not very well received by your friends. The first thing they do is tell you to talk to your friends and try and sell them stuff. And the upshot of this is you'll lose credibility with your friends and your popularity and your family, because obviously you'll be fired up and you'll be enthusiastic and you try to convince them to buy your products. Look, some of the products are quite good. A lot of the products, there's nothing wrong with them. But really, it's not the way to go if you want to hang on to, family and friends, and they're going to get fed up with you very quickly if you start trying to push MLM products down their throats. Craft making, another one to avoid. Very similar to assembly work. Again, very often you have to buy the materials up front, and your work is again easily rejected. The problem with this one is because you buy materials up front, you're laying out money, and you often end up spending more money on materials than you can get in at the end of the day if you get paid at all. So again, not one I would recommend. Something to be avoided again. Another one is medical billing. This is, advertised an opportunity. You see lots of testimonials with it, the usual kind of thing. But again, there's upfront costs. You've got to buy computers and software, and at the end of the day, there's no guarantee of work. Something a lot of people don't think about, of course, is that healthcare rules, the privacy rules, mean you won't get work in any case. Doctors and healthcare practitioners are not allowed just to put the private records of patients out to anyone. And if you're doing medical billing, really that's the kind of information you really shouldn't have in your possession. So avoid this one. You could lay out a lot of money and at the end of it end up with zero work. Check cashing. Now this is one you really want to look out for. I've seen this one quite a lot online. Basically, you cash a check and keep a percentage of the proceeds. The problem you face with this one is that the check is often dud, and of course you're liable for the full amount when you're left holding the baby. It can take quite some time for the fact that the check is a dud to become apparent, and by the time it does, the people you're dealing with are long gone, and you're the one who's left having to stump up the value of the check. Filling out surveys, you see this one a lot. I see it all the time. The problem is the money is absolutely terrible, And I mean, you can find yourself working like a whole day for about $1. Really, really not a good use of your time. I've never seen one of these survey things where the money was anything approaching decent. So my advice on filling out surveys is just not to go there. Reshipping services. This is another one. You receive the goods. You receive them in bulk to your home address. You store them in a garage. You repackage, label up, and you ship them on. It sounds good on the face of it. Sounds like quite easy money, bit of repackaging, put a label on, send it on. The problem is that the merchandise is often bought with stolen credit cards, and this can be a real dodgy one. You stand the possibility of being charged with handling stolen goods, and in the very worst case scenario, you could even, if you're found guilty, receive a jail sentence, and obviously that's not something you want to get involved in at all. So avoid the reshipping one. Invariably, that's a scam, one not to get involved in at all. So what could you do? Look, I suggest you start to have a rethink about this whole working at home business. There's things you can do, and I think you should consider starting your own sustainable long-term business that you own. Because bear in mind, all of these other opportunities, the business is owned by someone else. And they even if you establish yourself with them, they can pull the business away from you. They can mess about your payments. You may not get paid, and there's no guarantee that that business is going to be there in the future when you need to make money for yourself and your family. So essentially, I've got two recommendations. These are the things that I use to make my money online. The first is affiliate marketing. Now, affiliate marketing is essentially you selling someone else's product for a commission. You don't have to hold the product yourself. You don't have to make anything. You don't have to manufacture anything. You don't have to deal with customers, returns, complaints, anything of that nature. Essentially, what you're doing is selling someone else's product for a commission. And now affiliate marketing is one of the easiest ways to get started building a business online and making money. The second one I use, which I make quite a few $1,000s a month with, is freelancing. I'm a freelance copywriter and content writer. My background is in technical writing, so I find a lot of work online with IT and tech companies, doing the writing, things like white papers, web content, brochures, anything of that nature. I tend to get quite a bit of business doing that. Now, it may be you don't have a skill such, obviously I have a writing background. If you don't have a background in writing or some other skill like programming or something of that nature, then I would strongly suggest that affiliate marketing is the best way to get started. So if you want to get started, why don't you pop over to my website? There's a lot of free information over there to help you get started and get you off on the right foot with affiliate marketing or freelancing. But as I say, if you don't have experience or a skill you can readily sell, my recommendation would be to go with affiliate marketing. It's the easiest way to get started online. Now, look, obviously there are various courses you can take. There's a lot of free information on my website, as I say. But what I'll do is I'll put my number one recommendation down in the description below. It's a course that I took, a course that I'm using. It's a platform that I currently use. I've been using it for a long time now. And it's something that's been around a long time, since 2005, put together with two very respectable individuals. And they've got hundreds of thousands of members, so that says something for the platform. But I'll put that recommendation down in the description below, and you can decide if it's something you want to have a look at. Failing that, you can shoot over to my website at freelanceyourfuture.com, and there's plenty of free information over there to help you as well. Okay, so thanks for your time, and good luck with whatever you decide to do. Just make sure you avoid the scams that we've discussed and go with something reputable where you can build your own business that's going to stand you in good stead in the long term. All the best for now. Ciao. And remember, if you got value from my No BS Freelance Your Future video, subscribe to my channel so you automatically get future updates. Why not like the video, and while you're at it, share with others so they can get value too. I really appreciate it, and talk again soon. Ciao for now.